Hello, world of YouTube. Alright, so, change of plans. I had planned on reviewing all the books for the Mortal Instruments and the Immortal Instruments separately, but I finished book 2 while at work, and it had me absolutely sucked in, so I ended up just buying it immediately and continuing reading it. By the time that I got home, I was already halfway through book 3. There was no way I could stop and review book 2. The plot had completely merged in my head, and it wasn't 1, 2, and 3 books, it was just one solid book. So I figured, why not review it after book 3, which turned out to be perfect because, for those who have read it, the way book 3 wraps up, the plot builds with City of Bones, the City of Ash, and the City of Glass. It just keeps on building and building and building, and at the end of the City of Glass, it wraps up pretty well, except for there's one loose end that leaves future books, and that would be Sebastian. Why didn't they make sure he was dead? Had they not learned their lesson? How many times has someone died and come back to life? I mean, seriously. Simon's died several times and somehow keeps on coming back. Jace legitly died, which I refused to believe it when it happened. I kept on reading it. I was just like, wait for it. Wait for it. Just yes, he's alive again. You can't actually ever believe that someone's dead in this series anymore. You can't. And I don't get why they didn't hack Sebastian apart and burn him and stab those burn pieces 15 billion times, feed him to a zebra, burn that zebra, and separate that zebra through the ends of the earth. There's no way he can come back after that. I mean, seriously, that's like a foolproof plan. Then again, I'm glad they didn't because I want to read more, and that one loose end obviously provides future books for us to read. Now, all these plot twists had me insanely paranoid. I kept on trying to see what would happen before it did, and it left me with some interesting solutions. Simon turned supernatural. Jace and Clary aren't siblings, therefore the makeout scenes won't be so awkward. Jace still has some weird powers anyways. I think that he is the Inquisitor's son, or maybe something of that nature. And Valentine ended up taking him and trying to raise him as his own. Simon falls for Maya. Valentine gives up and gives everyone big hugs. Sebastian's Clary's brother. They fight marshmallow demons. Simon dies. I am so incredibly glad that Clary and Jace are not siblings. I mean, I saw it coming. I mean, obviously, who couldn't see that coming? You can't build up love like that in a book and then not let it come to fruition. That word, I can never say it. Fruition. Max's death. That made me sad. Now, Valentine's death. Can you imagine being Clary and lying on the ground and suddenly there's just a hole through your father's chest that you can see through and you know he's dead? I don't care how much you hate your father. If an angel were to strike a hole through his chest and you can be laying there and see through your father, that's gonna emotionally, jar you. And now we are left with the sticky situation because now we have gone from an antagonist that had some compassion, and although he was crazy, he didn't think he was. He thought he was doing the right thing. So to a degree, he was reachable as a character. You could kind of relate, you could understand where he's coming from. But now that he's gone and dead, and Sebastian is obviously going to be the new antagonist, I'm a little unnerved and concerned because he is part demon. He has no humanity. It's really hard to connect to a character that has no humanity. And Clary and Jace are so screwed. So Sebastian as the new antagonist, I can't imagine what's going to happen, but it's going to be good. So on the topic of the plot, book 2 and book 3 actually pleasantly surprised me. I didn't see any of the easy ways out taken this time around like I did with book one. In fact, I feel like an epic plot build-up had epic solutions. The only thing that I saw that was kind of like a really moment was when Simon just so willingly and so easily gave up his pursuit of Clary. It just seemed like it was done more out of convenience. It was still believable, it was just, I feel like he would have fought a little bit harder. I think she had some moments of epic writing too. There were just some scenes that when reading them, I got the chills, like honestly. She's an amazing writer and I feel like she's writing towards the younger crowd, but still, regardless being 20 in a week, I still feel like I can connect. It wasn't so much that when the characters died, I felt for them, because when the main characters died, you knew they were going to come back, so it was kind of hard to fully feel their death. But it was when the side characters died that how she described their death and the scene around them just kind of gave me chills. Like, for instance, the Silent Brothers' death. The way she described it, like their mouths just ripped open. They ripped the stitches open, and there's blood oozing out, and he's hearing the screams of a man who hasn't spoken in decades. And she just built the Silent Brothers up to be such sturdy and invincible figures in this book, and then to have them die in such a vulnerable and creepy manner really, really got to me. Kudos, that was amazing writing. So, needless to say, I'm excited for the next books. I have no clue where the last two books are going to take us. I'm excited to see where it's going to go, though. For now, I'm just going to take a small break. This book has really been getting to me. I think it's just because I've been reading it nonstop, and I mean, to say that it's been getting to me, it's been making its way into my dreams. I've been literally having dreams about this book, which sounds kind of cool, but not my dreams. Because in my dreams, Valentine has taken over and he's deciding who to kill and who to trust. And I'm just like, please don't kill me, because if you die, you die for real in dreams, and I don't want to die. I woke up that morning and was just like, what what just happened? Uh, no more reading before bed. So I think I need a little bit of a break, but I will be reading the others. All in all, it definitely saw an improvement in her writing. I saw an improvement in the plot, and it was just a head turner. So I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I only give it 4 because it kept me up really late at night and I need more sleep. So happy readings, YouTubers!